teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel, unexpectedly soon because Foodie usually uploads while I'm asleep. But apparently this whole eat on a schedule thing she's presenting that she's doing means that she uploaded a couple of hours ago, 3 hours ago maybe, I'm not sure exactly the time it was, but fairly recently while I was out it seems. So thought we'd check in, why not? So today we are looking at eating lunch and liver blood test results reveal. So she's about to say, but there's been a lot of talk about, hey, she showed all of these other tests and she didn't show her liver function, which has been a topic of conversation before. Not that you would know it from Foodie over here, but it's been quite an established topic of conversation. So Foodie's going to address that in her usual fashion, and let's get into it, shall we?
Hi guys, it's lovely.
Hi.
Welcome back to another video. So today I thought I would have my lunch with you. It's about noon. I'm trying to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner like the doctor recommended. I was up at around 8 a.m. today, which
I really like. I don't like how she wears it. You can see in that freeze frame how crooked it is, but I really like her lipstick slash gloss in this. It's really pretty. I like how shiny it is. I am a little surprised that when she uploaded this video does support that she was up during the day, but I am a little surprised she tried it, to be honest, and fair play to her because, as I said in my last react, I think being on that schedule is going to be as hard as anything else she has to do.
is pretty good. I slept a long time. I was just not feeling well yesterday, so a bit dizzy today as well, but I took my blood sugar.
She's a bit dizzy, but wasn't she on, like, one, her blood pressure was not high, and two, they gave her a blood pressure medication. By the way, thank you to everybody who flooded my comments with medical information that I hadn't understood and probably will continue not to understand. But as I suspected, or as I presented in my last react, that perhaps blood pressure medication had like an off-label or a side use that it wasn't initially developed for, and apparently that's true. Apparently it can help to protect the kidneys, according to a few of my comments. So thank you very much for your contributions there, it helped me.
Sugar, and it's actually lowered. I think the medication is actually working, so here's my blood reading.
She's back on 221, which is a bit weird to me because she said she'd changed the monitor over so that she could understand it. She changed it to MMOL, whatever that was. So when did she take this picture? Why would it be back in the type that she didn't understand? I mean, it helps us because her reading was 414 at the hospital. 221 is still bad and a little bit scary, but when you compare it to the, oh God, you gonna die number we saw, it does seem to have come down quite a way.
For today, fasted, it's still high, but it's not as high as it was. Remember when I went to the doctor, my fasted blood sugar was like 414.
I also remember the last time we saw your blood sugar monitor, it was in a different format.
This is a huge salad. It is order out, but it's from like a really healthy organic place that only makes like really good health food.
I looked this up because you can see the sticker next to her hand actually says the local beet, I think it was called, or the diet beet or something. I took a screenshot. The salad does actually look bigger than what they have on their website, but it might just be how the camera is set up and things. I'll put up what she's got. So you can see the stats. I'm going to let her go through them and then talk about what I think about it, because I don't think this is a bad choice, but I don't think it's going to satisfy her at like 195 calories. Yeah, I just don't think that's going to be enough to keep her going, considering she was on those diet meals before and she tried to get up in time so she could do breakfast and whatever, and she just got hungry. She just couldn't handle having that little food.
So this is a huge salad I'm having for lunch. It has, you're gonna laugh, quinoa.
Yep.
But
I am going to laugh, Miss Foodie. I have quinoa trauma beauty, particularly with the kind of video you're doing right now because of this.
Some of the what I eat in a day are BS. You gotta, I mean, you have to, if okay, look at it this way. And this is not being rude because I'm a heavy woman. If you're going to show that you're eating like a salad, porridge for breakfast with chia seeds or something like this, a huge tuna salad for lunch, and then like a quinoa stew for dinner, and that's it, no Pringles, nothing after, you're full of crap.
It's actually a really good protein source and high in fiber. It's like a superfood. Cherry tomatoes, raw cashews, leafy greens, pomegranates, and feta spring onions.
One thing with this, like, it's not a bad meal. She has made a good choice here in terms of what's in it. However, he did say a palm size of quinoa, and this seems heavier on the quinoa, is all I'll say. But it's quinoa, you know, so like, it doesn't make it a bad choice, and it's certainly better than anything we've seen her eat recently, we'll say.
And I poured the vinaigrette. It's like a vinaigrette. And this is for later, my dinner for later, so I don't have to worry about that today because I'm kind of feeling still dizzy a bit, but
we'll talk about that later.
I need to have the energy to batch cook and have things ready. That's the problem. This is my dinner for later. I'll show you guys later in the day maybe what it is. Okay, so, and I have a whole case of water here on the ground.
Why does she keep buying these tiny waters? These tiny waters are designed for like conference rooms, or when we have an event at school, we'll usually have a table set up with some little snacks and waters like this and like some carafes of tea, that kind of thing. Like, they're not really designed for home use. Why not get some big bottles?
So yeah, let's try this. Bismillah. Quinoa. I never thought I would eat quinoa.
I looked, because I was feeling shady, to get that other clip. In 2018, she had a run of eating a lot of things from that vegan restaurant she used to like. And then she was eating a lot of quinoa and quinoa-based products. And then she had the rage years when it came to quinoa. And now she's like, I never thought I'd be eating it. You always know Chantal's percentage of influencer on any particular day by how much quinoa she's willing to tolerate.
Because I wasn't making it right, I don't know.
I will say, on the website, it had various add-ons that you could put in. And some of the add-ons were things like black beans or chickpeas, and there were obviously roasted vegetables, and you could do like beef, chicken, that kind of thing, but I know that the doctor told her to avoid red meat. But I think under the circumstances, given how low a calorie range this is, and we will talk about what else she's got there, I would perhaps have tried to bulk it up with some beans, which is something the doctor recommended and would probably satisfy her a bit more. Now, I'm not naive enough to think that she doesn't have all that junk still somewhere in the house, half eaten. But if she is making a video saying this is the new me, and she is known for having completely unrealistic expectations when it comes to things she's trying, please see the recent water fast and the, raw mango, raw fruit diet to go along with the various juicing attempts she's done. Oh, I can't start going into all her crazy diets because we'll just be here all day. So I can believe in this moment that this is what she intends to do, however long those intentions last. But if we're going for actual success, I would maybe consider being a little bit more realistic and putting a larger portion of things that will fill her better. Roasting some broccoli, adding some beans. I don't have a problem with the fact that the doctor told her to not eat red meat, not eat some other things because she has so many problems, but this would be one that would help her, I think.
And I was craving a salad.
That wouldn't surprise me. Whenever she's got new me, new life, she just wants nothing but clean, healthy, Instagrammable food around her. It generally lasts a few hours until she gets hungry, but we'll see.
I have my medication.
This is the diabetes medication, right?
Janumet XR is sitagliptin and metformin extended release tablets.
That doesn't mean a lot to me other than the fact that it's an oral diabetes medicine. I searched it, but I think I'm just going to leave the explanation to people better educated within this field. However, it did say on the potential side effects, and I know they're listing the most extreme, that kidney damage could be an issue. So if you have kidney issues, to talk to your doctor. Now, this was prescribed by a doctor. I'm assuming that when they prescribed it, they balanced those things and decided it was a good choice for her. But it surprised me to see when her kidneys seemed to be one of the major concerns. But there is the conversation of, if the house is on fire, do you worry about the squeaky door, you know? So you have bloods of 414, let's sort it and then we'll consider some movement.
Look how huge they are.
Yeah, the pills here, man, they are ridiculous. Get a pill cutter. Actually, can she do that? If it's slow release, sometimes they tell you not to do that because it impacts how quickly you digest. I don't know. Needless to say, not a professional. If it's difficult to swallow, much like her lies, talk to your doctor when you go back and ask him if a pill cutter is okay.
That's for the blood sugar, and it seems to be working, mashallah. And this is Atacand. That's my blood pressure medication. I take that once a day. I take the diabetes medication in the morning and in the evening with dinner.
Okay.
Oh, it has cilantro.
Why is she surprised by that? She ordered
I love
it.
leafy greens.
She likes the leafy greens that she gets on the side of her takeout, it is true.
She's like sniffing for something non-vegetarian.
If Chantal faints at any point, she better watch her back. Julia will be there.
Tastes healthy.
She's saying, but when she says tastes healthy, it's not really a ringing endorsement. She doesn't usually say that as a compliment.
Did you know if you need to lower your blood pressure, like you have headaches and your blood pressure's high, eat a banana?
I'd like to take a moment to say, if you're having headaches and feel like your blood pressure is high, please go speak to a doctor and don't listen to this fool on the internet. Because when we say when it comes to health, she is self-taught, it is the nicest possible way to put that.
I was told that.
Yeah, and she believes everything she's told. I don't actually know if that is true, if that is not true. You know why I don't know that? Because I'm not a doctor and you shouldn't mess around with things as serious as your blood pressure. Don't believe fools on the internet that tell you this is healthy.
Bananas are high in sugar though, but if you really have to.
If you really have to, go to an emergency room.
Like if blood sugar's not really an issue. I'm enjoying this.
She doesn't seem to be hating it, but I just don't see it lasting. How many times have we seen her, oh guys, I fasted for 6 hours and now I'm eating this raw vegan whatever, and you know, I'm not craving the salt and the sugar anymore. My taste buds have completely changed. She might enjoy it. I don't think it's going to get her through the day.
I really need to buy all the ingredients to make bowls like this, salad bowls.
It would be a way cheaper way to do it, yeah.
Which I'm thankful for because I could have been craving something super bad.
She could have been, and my instinct is to laugh at her for this, but it is true. She's so incapable of withstanding a craving. Had she woken up and been like, oh, I want a burger, she probably would have had a burger. But that doesn't bode well for 12 hours time, or tomorrow if she makes it that far, when the cravings will actually set in, because inevitably they do, especially when you come from such an extreme diet. I hesitate to use the word, as Foodie had. Her intake of all this was constant, and either she has eaten her way through the 6 full-size packets of chocolate bars, or they're still there waiting for her to give in.
So yeah, I'm just trying to feel better, get this under control.
I don't think that's an option. I think, well, no, that's not true. I think this can be managed, but it's going to be this for the rest of your life. This isn't a diet. This isn't a case of when I hit this point, I'll stop. This is lifelong management, and I don't think that's sunk in yet. I think when it does sink in, she'll have a breakdown, but I don't think we'll get that far.
Salah sent me a video of a museum here.
I don't think this is what anyone cares about in this moment, but I am going to let her finish because I've got an additional question.
That is all spooky stuff.
Why have we never been to that before? Like, she paraded us around all the closest museums during her, look guys, I'm in a new country phase. Like, that sounds exactly up her alley. That sounds like exactly something she would be interested in, and I'm shocked that she took us round whatever exhibit it was they sat on, when she could have taken us to that.
Chucky, Leatherface, all the best.
I bet this is going to end up being like that, you know, that theme park that was like the really disturbing off-brand version of characters that definitely weren't ripping off Disney. That, but for horror.
We definitely have to go. We will. I grew up watching horror movies. My mom never let me.
And as a near 40-year-old woman, she still wants you to know how much she absolutely didn't care because she was so cool and above it.
I wasn't even allowed to watch The Simpsons until a certain age.
Well, it's good you haven't held a grudge.
Pomegranates add like a nice sweet crunch, you know, natural. And they have a lot of antioxidants, so they're very good for you. And they're very popular here in salads.
All of those things are true, and the reason why she thought the pomegranate juice would be fine for her.
There's definitely balsamic in the vinaigrette.
There's vinegar in the vinaigrette. Jolly good.
I know. In my last video, I forgot to add the page of the blood work results with my...
I was listening to this earlier, so I wasn't sure if she had actually shown these results or not, because it was kind of podcast style for me. I'm going to have to look up or just look at another reactor to see what those two things are, because they're both flagged as high. Hang on. Let me Google as I'm here. Let me just look at that. What does high AST levels mean? A high AST level often means there is some liver damage, but it is not necessarily caused by Hep C. A high AST with a normal ALT may mean the AST is coming from a different part of the body. Liver damage cannot be determined solely on the AST test result. This test is performed using that word, ALT. Higher levels of both enzymes confirm liver injury. Higher AST can be caused by chronic hepatitis, cirrhosis of liver, blockage of the bile ducts, liver cancer, severe viral hepatitis, liver injury caused by any toxic substances, and some blockage of the blood flow to the liver. Now, this seems to be more focused on hepatitis. So for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, it seems like the ratio of AST to ALT is the more important thing. I don't really math well, so I can't tell you how dangerous the level she has is. But they are higher, and she has said before that she's had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And so it seems really strange that they would just not mention that. And it also seems very sus to me that she just forgot to show this one.
Liver enzymes test. I looked at it closely. They do seem elevated, but every
That's why it's got the H there, I guess, because it's high.
time I get blood work done, they're the same. They're elevated the same.
She has been told for quite a while now that she has non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, so it would have been the same for a while.
And no doctor ever says anything about it. Like, I asked.
Excuse me?
Kidney...
No. That lie is particularly egregious. Let's just go back to what you've told us.
Triggered by a lot of things I eat and my liver issues. I have an enlarged liver, so I have extreme fatty liver, so there's a lot of healing that has to go on in my body. My liver will just keep storing glycogen. It will never deplete the resources in my liver. That's another thing. I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease that I want to completely just get rid of, and I think that fasting, but it stores bile. It actually, your gallbladder is the #1 fat emulsifier. So it's responsible for breaking down fat in your body. So if you don't have that organ, your liver is extra double time, That's probably why I have fatty liver, because of, I don't have a gallbladder and I eat really high fat food.
Now, she did have a video when she was looking at health updates that I couldn't find, that she actually said, oh no, he diagnosed me with this. And that's where the conversation of fatty liver came up. Because it wasn't just fatty liver, it was like extreme fatty liver. She really went in for it. So it was considered like highly problematic. So if your levels are still high, how can you sit here years after that diagnosis, having mentioned many a time that you have it, and pretend like, no, that's fine. That's fine. And again, it might be that burning house, squeaky door scenario where it's like, well, right now, the two things that are the worst are these things, and the help for all of them is going onto this diet, so I won't make a bigger deal of the liver because what I'd recommend is the same all around. But that's not the same as it not being an issue.
I didn't ask how my liver was. I asked, how's the kidney function? And he said, other than, just we have to get that number down, the MELD, but your pancreas, liver are fine.
That doesn't match up with what you've told us before now. This is the problem with being a liar. When you want to be believed, it's not going to work.
No. I think an ER doctor told me once.
No, I don't think it was... Oh, it might have been an ER doctor, but like she had test results. She was told this, not I think. She presented this as a video.
When I asked them about the high liver enzymes, they said, well, made a mess.
Well, that is your bad.
It's normal for them to be elevated a bit, in people who are obese.
Yeah, I can believe that, but also you said like extreme severe non-alcoholic fatty liver. It's also common to be high in that, I'm presuming.
So, I don't know.
Oh, better not check any further then, right?
One of those things, the weight loss has to take care of as well. Okay, guys.
Yeah, which might be the fact. Like I said, it might just be, look, I'm going to make you do the same thing anyway. No point getting into it. Focus on the things that are the most dangerous.
I guess that's it for this video. I ate my lunch, and then dinner will be later. I don't know if I'm going to mukbang it or not. Probably not.
I don't think she's excited
but
at all.
It's basically, this is a wet wipe. It's basically organic whole grain pasta.
I have a cutout from the website for this as well. The calories for this is something like, if I'm remembering correctly, 268. So if we're actually to believe, and I realize that that's the issue here, guys, I'm naive, I'm not that naive. But if we were to take as presented her eating that for dinner and the salad for lunch, she hasn't even hit 600 calories yet. Like, that's not enough to sustain a person. I know that she has a lot of fat stored that she can burn, but that doesn't seem like a good diet for her to be following. Yes, the food seems like a much better choice than she's been going for, but at less than 600 calories, I don't see her sticking to this for a full day even. Like, that's going to be difficult. I would find that difficult for sure.
With which the doctor said whole grains are good for you.
I thought the doctor had said, yeah, like, they digest slower, but they can still spike. So you should have huge amounts of vegetables and like a palm size of a whole grain, like a single slice of toast. This does seem to be a small portion. Like I said, this doesn't seem a bad choice, but like, add stuff to it. Find something that will fill your stomach.
It's a vegan bolognese, so it has lentils, vegetables, vegan parmesan, which is like nutritional yeast and some kind of nuts mixed together. So it's very clean food, not fatty. I find that I'm not vegan, but I find eating vegan sometimes.
Do not bring me on a vegan arc. Do not. She'll be eating burgers under the table.
Excuse me. It's like,
we've done that before.
I don't know. Just feel healthy doing it. Like, it doesn't hurt my stomach. It's not really high in like saturated fat, so maybe that's why. More plant-based is lower in certain fats. That without having a gallbladder, it really helps me. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
All right, foodie. Well, that's where we are. Conveniently forgot, but here you go, my liver. I didn't think you'd be interested. I don't think she forgot for a second. I think she just wanted something else to put in the title of this one to get people to watch. But that is the game, and she gets to play it. And I guess we'll see how many hours this lasts. Okay, everybody, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.